and your brother, you are both getting so very into your theme music and things like that. But or whatever. All right, save it for another time. Welcome once again to Learn Math with me, Brian Sapinski, and Brianna is with us, of course, as always, for another round of fifth grade math, and her friend Maria, who you have hopefully seen before in one of our previous videos. She is with us here today, and for this week's exercise, expanding again, making the numbers grow even further, we're going to expand our multiplications to cover multi-digit times multi-digit. And for how we're going to demonstrate that in this video, we actually are going to have count them, three different methods to be able to do this. And by coincidence, we have count them, three of us. Now, the problem that we will use for the demonstration of all three methods is this question here, 64 times 36. Now, we'll start with the old school method of carrying, as has been the tradition of long past. Now, just as we showed last week, you're going to multiply from right to left. So we start again with the 4 times the 6. That's going to give us
24.
24. Okay, just like last time, the ones digit in that answer stays down. The 4, the 2 in the tens place will float up above the tens place for the next multiplication, which we then have 6 times 6, giving us
36.
36 plus the 2 that we carried for a total of
38.
38. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Okay, all right. So that covers that one. Now we go to the next digit in the 36, the 3. Now we have to remember that the 3 there stands for 30, not just 3. So that means that when we apply that to the 64, we have to recognize that the first digit in that multiplication goes in the tens place, not the ones place, because the tens place is the 3 starting point. So to represent that and make sure we don't put our answer in the wrong place value position, we're going to place a 0 underneath the 4 in 384. And everything else then moves over accordingly. So first we have 4 times the 3, giving us
4 times 3 is 12.
12. Okay, so once again, the 2 stays and the 1 floats up. Now recognize right now the 1 is currently sitting in the hundreds place. So as we float it up, we want it to look like it belongs there. So even though it's kind of floating there in the middle of space with nothing standing underneath it, whatever, that's fine. Just run with it. So we proceed. We have the 6 times the 3, giving us
6 times 3 is 6 times 3 is
18 plus the 1 that's waiting giving us 19. Okay. So at this point, after all the multiplying is done, we finished with the numbers 384 and 1,920. At which point now, what happens with those two amounts?
We add them.
We add them. Okay, so everything gets added together, and we finish with a grand total in this case of 2,304. So as we go through the next two methods, we are going to expect to see that exact same answer. All right, now, the next method that we're going to look at is what is referred to as partial products. And for this method, it harkens back a little bit on what we saw with rewriting some of these single by multi-digit multiplications that we did last week with the distributive property, where we can split the number according to place value. And we've seen this in other previous videos that we did before. So in taking the 64 and the 36, what that would mean is that the 64 would split up into 60 and 4, according to the place value digits. And 36 would become a 30 and a 6. Now, those 4 separate numbers are going to get multiplied together in different combinations. To show how the combinations work, we're going to set up a 2x2 box like this one. Now, the way the numbers are going to be placed is as follows. The 60 and the 4 for 64, we're going to place them across the top, as you see here. And the 30 and the 6 that make 36 will go down the side. Now, every one of the 4 boxes in this 2x2 grid is attached to 2 of those numbers. Those 2 numbers get multiplied to fill in the box with that particular product. So, for instance, then here, Maria, in the first box in the top left, we would multiply 60 times 30. Now, all you really have to worry about is making sure you have the single digit right of 3 times 6, which would give you
1,800.
Right, it would give you 18, and then the 0 that belongs to each one, they both carry over into the answer, so you get 1,800. Now, in the top right, we have the 30 times the 4, which would give you
120.
120. Okay, now in the lower left, we have 60 times the 6.
Let's give us 360.
360, right? Okay, and the final box in the lower right, we have the 6 times the 4.
Which would equal 24.
24, okay. So now you have filled in all 4 boxes. Again, all the multiplication is done, and just like the traditional method did, okay, we follow the traditional additional methods, or whatever. We just made a tongue twister here, or whatever.
Try to say that 5 times fast.
Okay, wait. Traditional, additional, traditional, additional, traditional, additional, traditional, additional, traditional, additional. How did you do with that?
I ended up just doing Me too.
Never mind. Anyway, the point is, as before, all 4 of those numbers that fill in the boxes, they get added together, and you will get the same 2,304 as we got previously. Okay. Now we go into the
lattice method.
Okay. You will not let me get to the name, will you? Okay. She's been waiting for this one because she wanted a little extra practice in. Okay. The lattice method. Now, this one visually is going to look a little quirky the first time that you try it out. But you're going to see again that single digit times single digit is going to help you with this. Now, we're going to do the same thing with the digits like we did in the partial product method. However, this time we're going to literally just use the individual single digits rather than, like, for instance, we're not going to write the 6 as 60 and we're not going to write the 3 as 30. We're just going to use the digit as it exists. So now notice the 2 by 2 grid, and now notice I've also taken the 3 and the 6 from the 36 and moved them over to the right. There's a reason for it, you'll see. Now, each of the 4 boxes now, what we're also going to do is, you're going to notice we're going to put a set of diagonal stripes in them, like so. Okay, now, we're going to do the same single digit by single digit multiplication for each of the boxes that the digits are connected to. Now we'll start with, for instance, in the top left, we have 6 times 3, which would give you, as we saw before, 18. Now, the way that you write it is, because you notice that the box now with the slash has an upper half and a lower half. The tens digit goes in the upper half, like so, and the 8 goes in the underneath. So the 18 will read like this. Now, for the one on the right, we have 4 times 3.
12.
12, okay, and it's written like so. Now in the underneath, we have 6 times 6.
36.
36. It's written like this. And the final one, 4 times 6.
24.
24. Okay, so now that you have all those digits in place, here now is how you use those digits to be able to come up with our 2,304 as we've gotten in the other methods. What will happen is that starting from the lower right corner of the box, you're going to see that we're going to have the digits literally slide out from inside the lattice. And we've extended them enough that you're going to see that all of the digits will read properly right to left with each other to make the proper answer. So, and every digit that is on the same slide, they will all get added together as we go. So let's actually do that. So on your screen, you will see all of the digits slide out together. It's kind of almost sort of like a roller coaster. Let's go. Yep, here comes the big hill. Hands up. Ah! Okay. Helps if you guys scream too. But okay, anyway, moving on. Okay, so now notice that, okay, so you get each of the sums there. Now, you will see, as this example shows, this won't happen every time and not in every place, but in this case it did. You will notice that in some of the additions, you ended up getting 2-digit answers. Like, for instance, in the tens place, the 2, 2, and 6 made it 10. Just like in the traditional method again, the 1's digit stays, and the 1 from that 10 carries over to the next one. That turns the 12 that's sitting there right now into a 13. And again, that 1 from the 13 has to push over to join the 1 in the next slide. That makes the 2. And reading across, you see your 2,304 as it is supposed to read. So that's the way that pretty much works. So no matter which of the 3 methods, okay, make your choice.
You're all going to get the same answer.
Yeah, so you make your choice. Life is full of choices after all. And you decide which method is best. But now, just to put it all in perspective here, we're going to have a little bit of a contest with you guys here. Okay, we're going to officially have our first face-off. In each round, I am going to ask one of you to do one of the multiplication methods, either the lattice or the partial product. The other person will be doing the other method. If you get it right, you will receive a point. If you are the first to get your correct answer, you will score an additional point. We will play 3 rounds, and in each round, we will change the method that you guys are doing. Most points at the end of 3 rounds is the champion. So here is the first problem. Now, for this first round, Brianna, you will do the lattice method. Maria, you will do the partial product, okay? I will show it the old school way. Either way, you will see the correct answer in all 3 forms at the bottom of your screen when we are done. Pause the video while they work out the problem, because I'm going to fast forward their work just to save time on this video, so you don't have to sit and wait for them. Your first problem is 15 times 63. Okay, so how did you do with this? Okay, first, here is the correct answer as it should be under all 3 methods. Now let's check the results. Brianna, you were in first. You came out with
945.
And Maria, you came up with
945.
Everybody did it correctly. Okay, so you both score a point. Brianna, you were first, so you get the bonus point there. Okay, now round 2. We will switch methods. Yeah. So round 2 now, we will switch methods. So Brianna, this time you will do partial product. Maria, you will do the lattice method. Again, I will do the old school. Why? Because I'm old. Or older than them at least.
Yeah.
Here is
It's like
here's
what,
all right.
31
Yeah, okay.
at this.
So no debating. Here's your problem. Let's just focus here. 96 times 39. Okay.
That took me a little longer.
All right. Well, we'll see. Okay. Well, who knows? Again, your speed, depending on what method you're doing, may vary. It's up to you. We'll see. Anyway, here is the correct answer under all 3 forms. Okay. Let's see. Maria, you were in first. You got
3,744.
and
3,744.
everybody is correct again. Okay. 1 point again for each of you. Maria, this time you were quicker, so you got the second point. So we are tied 3-3. So it is deadlocked as we go into final rounds. Now for this one, let's switch it up. You've both done the partial and lattice. So for this final one, you are both going old school.
Yay!
This
is my favorite one.
You might as well, because why not? Practice all 3 methods so you know what your comfort zone is.
I love the regular method.
Okay. All right. Well, okay.
You can tell we're a little
Don't hurt
bit
yourself.
too. You can tell we're just a little bit too hyped up for this.
Here is your final problem. Shh. Here is your final problem. Okay. Your final task is 38 times 52. Go. And the results are in. Let's see the correct answer under all 3 methods. And from looking at our results, okay, Brianna was in first, and she has the correct answer of 1,976. See what you did there? Okay, no, you saw the extra 4 or whatever. Okay, yeah, you moved onto the 1,000 by accident instead of 100. That's why that 4 should go to this 5. So that's why it makes it 19 and goes from there. Okay, yeah. Be careful as you write your place values. Try to make sure everything lines up as much as you need to. So, all right. So for this first official face-off, okay, the winner this time is Brianna. However, shake hands. You both played very well.
Ow! Sorry.
These two are gonna. This is only the first time we've done this face-off, and it feels like these two are gonna kill each other. Hopefully that won't happen the next time we do one of these. So will we live to see another face-off? That's up to them, and that's up to you guys to tell us if you want to see them do another one of these battles. In the meantime, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Yes, that's what she was busy doing all this time. Put that back. All right, come back here. And if you
The
would like
power
some
of
more
art.
problems to practice under any of the methods, or if you want to see some more demonstration, whatever it is, please shoot me an email as always at brian.sapinski@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to provide you with whatever it is that you need. Until next time, when hopefully these two are in one piece, whether it be one or both of them, we'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Got it! Sit there.
Let her get her answer.
Okay, now keep making that go. I was gonna heart attack.